of provisions that will reauthorize the Rail Line Relocation and Improvement Capital Grant Program, what's known as the RLR program. As many of you know, last week there was a horrific accident on Metro North that took the lives of 6 people, many of whom lived in my district. It's the second time in 14 months we've had fatalities on Metro North. And so while this accident related to safety at rail crossings and the previous accident related to a train going in excessive speed, the measures we're taking in this legislation around positive train control, opening up access in the RIF program for that financing, and the improvements to rail crossing safety, and the interesting opportunities to link the two issues, our ability to control these trains remotely, to stop them when they're going too fast and they're going to derail, the ability to link that infrastructure IT backbone to sensors on crossings, weight sensors, motion sensors, to stop trains faster. These programs will save lives, and I'm particularly grateful for the speed with which the chairman and the ranking member reacted to this tragedy with a real positive step in this legislation. So I'm very grateful on behalf of my constituents and all those who will benefit from this. I'd also like to point out that these measures are critically important to the freight rail issues we've also heard testimony on before this committee. We in the Hudson Valley have north of 1 billion gallons of crude oil moving down the Hudson Valley now annually. These trains are massive, explosive risks waiting to happen. If we had a derailment, if we had a terrorist action in the wrong place in the wrong time, we could see a catastrophic accident. Our ability to control these trains remotely, to control for human error, to control for excessive speed, to know when there's an obstruction in a grade crossing, this is the difference between life or death, between a catastrophe and a minor accident. And this legislation, this bipartisan legislation, will make real improvements to our ability to get on top of these problems before we see another tragic loss of life, and I'm particularly grateful for that, Mr. Chairman, and I yield back.
Thank you, Mr. Maloney, and thank you for bringing it to our attention to clarify these grants.